Hi, friends. Welcome back to the High Vibration Living Podcast. I am your host, Chef Whitney Aronoff, founder of Starseed Kitchen and High Vibration Foods, and I'm so excited to do the solo episode today. I'm going to share with you some of the different things that I've been really loving in my life right now. So from my morning routines to breakfast to foods to meditation to music, all the little things that I've been trickling into my day or my week that's really helping me perform and get it all done. Helping me show up and do a great job with my podcast, the High Vibration Living Podcast, support my clients as a personal chef, work on my brand Starseed Kitchen, my line of organic spice blends, as well as just, show up for myself and be able to physically take care of myself so I feel great every day. Because if you don't feel good in your body, if you can't show up that way, it's hard to show up for all the other things that you love in your life. And that is so much to the core of why I do this podcast is I want to share the modalities that support me so they can support you if they feel like they're in alignment. But also I use this as an opportunity to connect with other like-minded individuals, people that are really performing in their space, to learn about what they're doing, what serves them, see if there's other tips and tricks out there that can help us all. So I'm just going to jump right in, let you guys know what's really supporting me this August. First and foremost, my morning routine. I've really been able to dial that in. I'm sure I've shared with you guys before. I get up early at about 5:30 a.m. I like to have a little piece of fruit before my workout. And then when it's time for breakfast, I have found over the past few months, having 2 eggs and a little healthy starch has been fantastic. So I like to do sometimes 2 hard-boiled eggs or just sunny side up. And then I do a healthy starch such as short grain brown rice. I eat it cold. It's really delicious. I, of course, wash my rice really well, usually soak it overnight, and I make a batch for the week. And if I'm not doing the short grain rice, I'm usually doing a Japanese yam, a nice half or a whole small little Japanese yam. Those are the ones with the red skin and the white flesh. I also love the versions that are purple. There's a particular type of sweet potato that you can buy when you're in Hawaii that has a white skin and like a lavender flesh inside. I really love that one as well. It's harder to get here stateside. But that's what I'm really loving for breakfast. And so what I do is I make my little breakfast bowl, a little short grain brown rice, 2 hard-boiled eggs, and then I add a little bit of my whipped avocado dressing. You guys, if you follow me on Instagram or if you visited the Starseed Kitchen website, you've probably seen this recipe before. It's a whipped avocado dressing, and it's simply a whole ripe avocado with equal amounts lemon juice and olive oil. So usually I'll use 4 to 5 lemons, and that equals about 3/4 of a cup of lemon juice. And so in a blender, you'll put 3/4 of a cup of that lemon juice, 3/4 of a cup of olive oil, a pinch of sea salt, 1 garlic clove, and that whole ripe avocado. Blend it right up, and you have a salad dressing or a dip with carrots or a nice little, dollop that you can put on your breakfast or your eggs, and you're good to go for the next 2 to 3 weeks. It stays good in the fridge for that long. And then I grab something green. So it could be a little cilantro, a little parsley, some spinach I can blanch real quick, leftover veggies from the night before. I'll add that to my bowl, and I'm good to go. I have breakfast. The other thing that I've been doing is I have stepped away from my coffee just for a little bit, just because for me, when I have my delicious coffee, it usually leaves redness on my face or makes my melasma worse. So I've stepped away from the coffee on a day-to-day basis. I'm back to my delicious green tea, and I'm a huge fan and have been for many years of jasmine green tea. So I buy the individual loose jasmine green tea from Ron Tea Garden, also known as Dragon Herbs. That has been the best source I have found over the years. You used to be able to find loose leaf green teas at most health food stores. It's harder to get these days. You usually have to buy it online. And when I'm in LA, I order it from, or go by and pick it up at Dragon Herbs. Otherwise, I order it online. and it's really the best flavor that I have found, and I've dialed in my preparation process. So 1 tablespoon of the jasmine tea pearls will make me 2 cups of tea. So it really works out great. I bust that out in the morning. I have a cup of tea after breakfast, and then I'm able to take the other one to go and have that after my lunch. So those are 2 things that I've been really enjoying in the morning. Another thing that I've really picked back up again is my oil pulling. I usually do my oil pulling 2 to 3 times a week, just when I wake up in the morning. Usually maybe on the way to a workout or when I'm doing a walk in the neighborhood, usually right thing in the morning. Not long after I roll out of bed, I use the coconut oil that I still have from Skinny Coconut Oil. It's a cold pressed, triple filtered coconut oil. So it doesn't smell like coconut. It's really smooth and easy to pull with. And I have a little bit of their peppermint coconut oil as well. So that's what I use for oil pulling. Rub it around in my mouth for anywhere from 5, 10 to 20 minutes, just depending on how much time I have, doing that 2 to 3 times a week before you eat anything. And it feels so good. I think we all know when we wake up in the morning, you have that feeling in your mouth that's just a little heavy, or you just doesn't feel clean and fresh. And the oil pulling really helps lighten it all up. And it's also a natural way to whiten your teeth. If you want to whiten your teeth and improve your digestion, oil pull every day for 2 weeks, and you'll have better digestion, you'll have a bowel movement every morning, and your teeth will be whiter. On to the other things that I have been doing that have really helped me recently. So back in January, I started the LifeWave phototherapy patches. If you guys go back and look at our podcast episode, I had Dr. Lindsay Rangel on my podcast. And one of the things that we talked about are, as a doctor, she worked at the Cleveland Clinic, and she was a vascular surgeon. So she sewed arteries and veins back together. And when her father was in the Cleveland Clinic, she had to lean on alternative therapies to help him heal, because what was at the hospital wasn't enough to get him back on his feet. And one of the things that she started looking into was phototherapy patches and these alternative ways to stimulate the stem cells in your body. And that led her to this company called LifeWave, which is based in San Diego. And these patches have a very fascinating story. They were actually created for Navy SEALs to help them stay alert and stay healthy when they work really long shifts. Now they're available to everybody, and they have multiple types of patches for different purposes that you need. So since January, I've been wearing the X39 LifeWave patch, which is the one that helps stimulate your natural production of stem cells. So it's just a sticker that I put on every day, wear it for 12 hours. So I wake up in the morning, I put the sticker on, and then before I go to bed, I take it off. And what it does is it works with your body's natural body heat to create a phototherapy response to then help your body start stimulating or building stem cells again at a faster pace, because as we get older, it doesn't work the same. So I invite you guys to check out LifeWave or check out that episode with Dr. Lindsay Rangel. We really dive into those LifeWave patches, and they've been completely life-changing for me. So I wear the X39, the one that stimulates the growth of your stem cells every single day since January. It's now August, so I've definitely put in more than 6 months to start to see results. At the same time, I started doing what you'll see on the website as Age Aeon. So that patch is specifically for inflammation, which if you've listened to this podcast, you know for a long time I've struggled with inflammation, whether it's just overuse of my arms and my hands as a chef, or just physical inflammation that I've seen on my body, and I couldn't figure out what the root cause was. And my role as a chef is extremely stressful, so I'm constantly producing more cortisol in my body than I would like. And that inflammation naturally goes away when I'm on vacation, but I have to live and do my job. And I have to find solutions to reduce this inflammation on a daily basis, reduce this cortisol on a daily basis. So I started wearing the YH Aeon patch alongside the X39 patch. And what I do is when you get the product, you get a little guide that tells you where to put these patches or these stickers on your body, and where they're having you put them are natural acupuncture points. And that's where they've tested them. So I take the X39, the one that stimulates the stem cells. I put those on the acupuncture points that they recommend. But what I did with the YH Aeon, the patch for reducing inflammation, is I just put it anywhere that it hurt. So when I woke up in the morning, any place that it hurt, whether it was my calves or my hips or my legs or my arm or my hand, I would put it there. I'd pinpoint where the pain was and put the patch there. And I did that every day since January, and it has been a lifesaver. It has allowed me to show up for all the opportunities that have come my way this spring and this summer. It's allowed me to push and do a little bit more. I was really struggling with a lot of physical pain in my legs and my hips and my right arm and my right hand from working as a chef. You guys know I've been going to physical therapy with Dr. Tim and Dr. Alex at Pacifica Wellness. And these patches played a huge part in my healing. So I still wear them every day, the X39, the YH Aeon, and then I added in the Alameda patch. And that one is simply for skin, for revitalizing skin, revitalizing collagen, having clear skin, having glowing skin, anything youth and beauty, that one is focused on. And so I wear that one at night. When we're resting, rest and digest, when our body's rejuvenating, I put on that patch while I sleep at night. I have in the show notes for you guys links to those patches so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. I have them written out for you as well. So if you look at the show notes, you'll see how X39, YH, Aeon, and Alameda is spelled. And I also have a link for you guys, and you can use that to purchase. Just so you know, when you go to buy, one option for purchasing is it's a 3-month minimum. So it's not worth trying these and buying 30 days. They don't even give you the option because it takes 3 months to start to see the results. Personally, and for other people in my family that have tried these patches, the moment you put them on, you start to feel the pain relief or the benefits from the patches. But when you go to purchase them, you have to buy a minimum of 3 months worth. So you'll see that you either get the option of buying 3 months worth, or you can just set up auto renew and they're shipped to you every month. I do the auto renew, shipped to me every month, and I'm good to go. I'm a huge fan. Again, I started in January. It's now August, and they've truly improved my life. So huge shout out to these LifeWave patches and Dr. Lindsay Rangel. She really helped change my life by introducing me to this product. So if you guys have questions, you can definitely also reach out to Dr. Lindsay Rangel. Her contact information are in the show notes from that episode. So scroll down and check out that conversation I had with her. It's fantastic. Another thing that I picked up this summer, and I'm so happy I finally did, was joining To Be Magnetic and starting their meditations. I was in a rut. I had stopped meditating. You know, I would always find those times of silence to clear my head when it was a walk or a hike or sometime in the evening, putting my feet up against the wall. But I was looking for a new meditation routine and something that could walk me through getting a result. You know, meditation makes us feel good, but we can also use it to get results in our life, right? So if we want to manifest something, if we want to create new, healthy, happy patterns in our life, we can use meditation to do that. So I was looking for a program that could help me get clear on what I want, go deep, and then create it, attract it, help me find how to create aligned action towards it. So I've been following Lacey and To Be Magnetic for years, and I finally joined, and now I can access all their meditations. It's not expensive to join. It's about like $30 a month to get access to all their meditations and courses, and it's been so nice. I do one of their meditations 3 to 4 nights a week. Some of them I do on their app when I'm at the beach. Just set up an umbrella, lay down underneath it, do it for 20 minutes. And it's brought me so much peace and joy. So if you're in a meditation rut, I highly suggest you check out To Be Magnetic. You can follow them on Instagram before you join. You can follow Lacey Phillips on Instagram before you join. You can check out their podcast. It's called the Expanded Podcast. And you can kind of check them out through those different paths and see if it speaks to you. But everything speaks to you at the right time. So I've really enjoyed that program for meditation. Another thing that I decided to jump into is I booked a trip this fall to go to a Dr. Joe Dispenza conference. I have had so many friends, and like Dr. Lindsay Ringel talks about in our episode that we did together, you know, she's even gone to his conferences. Everyone I've spoken to that's gone has confirmed with me that it is a great experience. It is a great opportunity to meditate, get clear on your goals in life, and make them happen. One friend who went to Dr. Joe Dispenza's week-long conference said that she walked away so happy, just so happy for 2 months straight, that it helped her just look at the world with new eyes in the most positive way. So I booked going to his conference, and I'm sharing this with you because what's really neat is once you purchase the conference, you get access to 12 videos that are about anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half long. And it's basically his old conference. So it's the program that he used to run. And they give you this content to watch to help you just better understand his work if you haven't read his books or you don't follow him, but you're just looking for an opportunity to meditate or up level or have a spiritual experience. You get to watch all these videos ahead of time. They suggest you watch them. I've talked to friends that have gone to the conference that didn't have time to watch them. You survive, but it's almost worth purchasing, going to the conference just to get these videos. I've so enjoyed watching them. I'm actually only on video 3 because most of them are about an hour and a half long. And I watch them in like 40-minute bites because there's so much information coming in. You need time to process it. And it's been such a wonderful thing to incorporate into my routine in the evening after dinner, watching one of his videos for 30 to 40 minutes and just realizing that you can have anything that you want in life. It's our own limiting beliefs that keep us exactly where we are. And it's been so great watching his videos because you end your day and you get inspired for the next, or you end your day and you see that there's opportunity everywhere. And how do you want to make your next day better? So if you're considering going to a Dr. Joe Dispenza conference, I can't give you any advice to whether it's worth it or not because I haven't been yet, but the additional content that you get for going has been fantastic, and I'm so grateful for it. Another thing that I've been doing in my day-to-day routines is I've occasionally, I would say at least 2 days a week, do some sort of restorative yoga on my own mat in my own home. I have found Jessica Richberg. Her class is on YouTube. Incredible, easy, super peaceful yoga routines that are anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. Really great stretching. You stay on your mat. It's not overwhelming, just opens up your body, kind of moves the aches and pains out. I've loved it. I'm not someone that I can't watch a YouTube yoga video more than twice. like twice as my max, even if I loved the routine. And she has a lot of content. And what I love about her yoga videos is it's extremely peaceful. It works for early in the morning, like at 5:45 a.m. when I just need to wake my body up a little bit before I head to work, or at the end of a really long day when I know I really need to calm my nervous system and kind of open myself up or start to relax and come down. So if you're looking for something to do at home, Jessica Richberg's online yoga classes, highly recommend. Another thing that I'm always into, but sometimes you start to do it more than you used to, or you pick things back up again. And that, of course, is saging. Saging always makes me feel good, always. And I leave it out on the kitchen counter right next to my stove because I can just grab the sage, I can light it on the gas burner, and I can immediately just clean and clear myself of all negative energy and psychic debris in this dimension and all dimensions. And when I burn my sage, this is the mantra that I always say, either out loud or in my head. Guides and angels, clean and clear me of all negative energy and psychic debris in this dimension and all dimensions. And I say it 3 times. 3 times is always the magic number. Try to make sure that you have a door or window open because you want that sage to leave that house. You want your intention to leave you and move on out. And I've been doing that consistently every day when I've just felt a little irritated or on edge. I, of course, have been doing it as I prepare for podcast episodes or doing extra work for meal prep clients. And it really makes you feel so much better, whether it's the intention, the smell of the sage, the ritual. It's been so wonderful to consistently do that. I highly suggest if you've gotten out of the habit, and if you don't like the smell of sage, try Palo Santo or try sweetgrass. You can even do a cinnamon stick. There's a lot of cultures that use cinnamon sticks as well. They're harder to light, so you really have to use a gas burner rather than just, a match. It takes a lot more to kind of get it burning, but all these modalities really look, and if you dive deeper, every part of the world has some sort of plant, dried plant that they burn in order to clean and clear you and your space. So there's something out there for everyone because there is already something out there for everyone in every culture. So I highly suggest finding the one that supports you and makes you feel good that you can bring into your life and do a few days a week. And then lastly, you guys know this because I talk about it a lot, but listening to high vibration music always shifts you out of the place that you don't like being and helps you get clear and into the zone. So what is high vibration music? I had an episode just a few weeks ago with Chris Merrill. We talked all about it, what it is, why it works. And I thought I'd share with you guys some of the playlists that I use and some of the musicians that I listen to when I want to get into the zone. So what does that mean? So when I am working as a chef and I'm doing meal prep for my clients, I'm doing a dinner party, I want to be really intentional about the energy that's being transferred into my client's food because I want them to feel amazing. I want them to take a bite of my food and I don't want it to just taste good. I want them to feel so good, not just in the moment, but when they wake up the next day, I want them to be filled with life force energy, filled with life, filled with that feeling of youthfulness and abundance and joy. So I can only do so much with the food consciously. I can prepare the food properly, meaning, I properly prepare the vegetables. I wash and soak the rice. I know how to properly prepare the meats. I follow all the sanitary rules. All the proper food preparation. Yes, I can do that consciously, but what can I do subconsciously? What can my body start to transfer into the food? What sort of energy exchange can happen beyond my consciousness? And that's where I use the high vibration music. So I like to listen to White Sun. I have a few of their albums that I'll just play. And then I also have found Pandora does the best playlist of high vibration music. I listen to a White Sun station. If you haven't listened to White Sun or any high vibration music, it's just simply white and then sun. If you're looking for specific songs to listen to, because you're not sure if this music is really for you, there's a song called Ik Artist Wahe Guru that you can tune into. And the moment you hear it, it'll sound familiar and it will help you move into that space. So it's Ik, I-K. Second word is artist, A-R-D-A-S. And then Wahe, W-A-H-E. And then Guru, G-U-R-U. You can also specifically tune into the White Sun 3 album. It is fantastic. You will love every song on that album. Thank you to Shakti Sita, who introduced me to White Sun and that album. Of course, I have multiple episodes with Shakti Sita here on the podcast. I highly suggest you go back and listen to her because she's just an incredible wealth of knowledge as a Kundalini yoga teacher. White Sun 3 album is a great place to start, worth the purchase, or you can just plug that into your Spotify or your Pandora. You will love every song. And then the great thing is you can take the name of the song and just Google the meaning. And then you'll understand what that mantra is doing, what it's supporting with your physical, emotional, spiritual, and etheric body. There are 3 other musicians that I tune into as well. One is Sat Kiran Kar Khalsa. So as you start a playlist on Pandora or Spotify for White Sun, these other artists will start to naturally come in. And when you hear their music, it's going to sound very familiar. If you've ever been to a yoga studio, you've probably heard their music before. I'll say the name of this musician again, Sat Kiran, S-A-T-K-I-R-I-N. Second word is Kaur, K-A-U-R. And then the third word is Khalsa, K-H-A-L-S-A. Another band or musician, I should say, that I really love. And again, when you hear her songs, you'll have heard them before. It's S-N-A-T-A-M. Second word, the Kaur again, K-A-U-R. And there's 3 songs of hers that I'm sure you've heard before. Mool Mantra, spelled M-U-L, mantra. Mool Mantra Meditation, but spelled M-O-O-L, mantra meditation. And then the song Ong Namo, O-N-G, second word, N-A-M-O. When you start to hear these songs, they will sound familiar, but what they'll do is I find they help ground me back into my body. They help calm my nervous system. They help me become really clear-headed. So that's why I like listening to this music just really low when I work in the kitchen, because it helps me feel better. So it's going to help my performance in the kitchen be better. And then lastly, but absolutely not least, if you are on Spotify, check out the music by Dr. Joseph Michael Levry, an incredible human being just trying to spread the education that he has received over the years. I've had 2 people on the podcast who work for Dr. Joseph Michael Levry. You can check out those episodes with Renata and the episodes with Chris Merrill. They both work for him. Chris Merrill helped him produce the music. And again, you're getting the similar experience. You're getting mantras that are going to help you, as well as sound vibrations that are going to help you. So if you haven't tuned or tapped into high vibration music, again, the beauty of it is you don't have to do anything. You just have to listen and receive. And then just notice how you transform in the most wonderful ways just by listening. And it doesn't have to be loud. Put it on the lowest volume and see how different you feel. And then if you play it in a room with other people, see how they start to transform. Everyone just gets a little softer, a little more peaceful, a little happier, a little more conscious. It's really a beautiful thing, and how lucky that we can all tune into Spotify or Pandora or YouTube and listen to this music for free and be shifted by these incredible artists. It's really a blessing. And as you start to explore this type of music, I highly suggest you go onto these artists' websites and purchase their albums. You can download their music for anywhere from $5 to $10, and it's completely worth it having on your phone or on your computer and being able to tune in anytime, anywhere to support you and your physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental bodies. But that is all my scoop for you guys today, this August 2023. This is the stuff that I'm loving right now, and it's a part of my life every day or every week, and I hope you find it supportive. You can get some of the links in the show notes. You can get some more information in the show notes. I'm actually going to list out those high vibration music sources in the show notes for you guys to see the spelling, so you can better access it on any network that you get your music. And thank you so much for tuning in. Always, I so appreciate you guys being a part of this high vibration living community. And anytime you have questions that you'd like to hear me answer in regards to food, health, wellness, spirituality, feel free to DM me on Instagram, and I'll be sure to add it into the next solo podcast episode. Thank you guys so much for being here. Looking forward to tuning in with you guys again in a few more weeks, and continue to be well. Love you. Bye.